Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Lesbian News. Our top stories and headlines today are: the L Word Generation Q Season 3 Week 2 of filming has begun, and we've got the latest updates from the set. The lesbians accept first kill as some cheesy women-loving women goodness. Rebel Wilson becomes one of us, and lesbians get Disney banned in 14 countries. We check in with the beautiful women of Jurassic World Dominion. The Yellowjackets cast reunite prior to Season 2 filming, and Only Murders in the Building, Westworld, Irma Vep, The Boys, and more continue their run this June. All that and more coming up on the Lesbian News. Welcome back to the Lesbian News. Thank you so much for joining us. Our top story today: the L Word Generation Q Season 3 Week 2 of filming is well underway. As mentioned in yesterday's live stream, it appears as though the cast was filming at Danny's apartment yesterday and also a nearby school. With the behind the scenes sneak peeks that we've been receiving from some of the cast, it may be that Danny and Gigi are fully in their honeymoon phase, given that the behind-the-scenes video that Seppi shared seemed as though Gigi may be waking up at Danny's apartment. It also appears as though Catriel Kindred is directing not only the premiere of Season 3, but also the second episode. You may remember that Catriel actually directed the karaoke episode last season, so here's hoping episodes 1 and 2 of Season 3 are just as good. We've also got some behind the scenes pics from Jack, Rosani, Kate, Leisha, Jennifer, Laurel, Leo, Jamie, and Jillian, so let's hope that they continue updating us over the rest of the month. Make sure that you're subscribed here and following over on Instagram to stay up to date with all of the latest information on Season 3. First Kill has hit Netflix with a bang this week, charting at number 3 in most countries. Even though some media outlets tried to trash the show, they were claiming that they're tired of the oversaturated lesbian vampire hunter cliche. I, for one, can't remember the last time we had 2 lesbians in leading roles as a vampire and a vampire hunter. Lesbians and bi women united to watch the show, tweet about it, and pump it up on social media, because we of course recognize how important it is to watch and promote shows with women-loving women characters, especially lead characters. Also, I'll watch anything with Elizabeth Mitchell. It's easy for these publications and others to sit behind their computer screens and trash someone else's work. But women-loving women everywhere have united to promote this adorable, cheesy little gay show. We're all hoping for a Season 2 renewal, and if the straights can have an entire fucking network devoted to cheesy hot people, we can have one show. Last week, lesbians everywhere accepted Rebel Wilson as one of their own and embraced Rebel and her new girlfriend, Ramona. Rebel took to Instagram last week to tell fans that all along she wasn't searching for a Disney prince, but in fact a Disney princess. Everyone welcomed Rebel with open arms, and she was set to live her new life as an open lesbian. The following day, however, it transpired that Rebel had not come to this acceptance by herself, and she had actually been forced to come out. Journalists at the Sydney Morning Herald wrote to Rebel and asked her for comment and told her that they were going to out her in 2 days. Rebel decided she was going to come out then and there, and after the story reached the public, the journalist then complained that Rebel had scooped them by outing herself. You can't make this stuff up. Gay male journalists outing a woman during Pride Month. Seriously. On to the rest of our stories. The new Disney movie Lightyear has been banned in 14 Middle East countries over a lesbian kiss. Originally, Disney did remove the short scene from the cut of the movie, but put it back in due to fan outcry. They keep doing these short LGBTQ scenes with very tertiary characters and thinking that they're some wonderful ally and hoping to garner praise and attention for the movie. But I hate to tell you this, if you can cut 15 seconds out of a movie and make it ungay, and then it can air in these homophobic countries, it wasn't very gay to begin with. I'm glad they put the scene back in, and obviously their original intention was to remove it, but it's time we had some actual representation and not just a 10-second clip in 1 out of every 50 movies. Before the rest of our stories, we're going to cut to a pre-recorded weather report from Miss G. Miss G is actually having surgery this morning, so we send her our best wishes, and she'll be back next week live with her usual weather report. So let's cut to G. Thanks, G, and we look forward to having you back in the studio next week. On to the rest of our stories. Lesbians everywhere have flocked to the cinema to check out the new movie Jurassic World Dominion. There's someone for all the lady loves in this installment. We've got blondes, brunettes, and redheads. Laura Dern provided my own gay awakening when I was 8 years old and went to see Jurassic Park in the cinema. And even though the storylines weren't quite as amazing as the original, but the beautiful ladies on display more than made up for it. Laura Dern crushed it as always, Bryce Dallas Howard was great, and newcomer to the Jurassic Park franchise, DeWanda Wise as Kayla was one of my favorite parts of the movie. You can go and check out Jurassic World Dominion in cinemas now. The Yellowjackets cast reunited last night at an event for your consideration. Let's hope that the cast and the show are recognized this award season, and the cast will be reuniting very soon for filming of season 2. The cast is set to start shooting in Canada on July 5th. And finally, some women-loving women shows and storylines on shows to check out over the rest of June. The Boys continues its run on Amazon Prime with new episodes coming out every Friday. Irma Vep's first few episodes are out on HBO Max, with the rest being released over the next following weeks. Only Murders in the Building will be released on June 28th on Hulu in the US and Disney in the UK and Europe. Selena Gomez is getting herself a girlfriend. And Westworld comes out on HBO Max on June 26th. And that's all we've got time for today here at the Lesbian News. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you back here next week for the latest and greatest in women-loving women news. From everyone here at the studio, Miss G, and myself, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. You okay, G? There was nothing there. What do you see?